all my dear students, all the respected listeners, all the officers who are working in the field of education. Friends, today we are going to discuss a specific topic, and this topic has special importance in the paper number 4.01 for the students of semester 4. Fourth semester students, they are to study this paper as their first paper, and other students or all the education officers who are working in the field of education too, they are to know this paper, all the contents they are to study. Friends, the specific name of this paper is Educational Technology, and you see in the field of today's field of education, in each and every part of our life, technology has occupied a special place, and without technology, the community of the world or world society now can step forward one step more. Friends, the first or basic, concept of this paper is being included in the chapter number 1, and this chapter is particularly relating, or this chapter is related, or this chapter covers the basic concept of technology and educational technology as well as all other things. Dear students, all the respected teacher friends, in the field of education of modern time, we have seen many changes. Many changes have taken place in each of the part of the system of education, and the changes have brought dynamisms towards the total parameter or paradigms of education. From teaching to learning, changes have taken place. Friends, the concept of teaching has also been rapidly changing today. On teaching, you see, from the parameter of technology, it is the process of transaction of information and ideas as well as dissemination of knowledge from one angle to the other one. As teachers, you are to transact your information, your knowledge to the students, and your place is being determined by the technology today. As the sender, you are sending information to the students, and they are the receiver. They are to receive the ideas which are being transmitted or disseminated by you to the listeners, to the students, to the to all those learners who are taking part in different situations of learning. So friends, as senders, from the point of view of technology, your roles do have specific importance because you are to help to develop all the inborn potentialities of the students so that they can become proper human resources for the transformation of their own life as well as for the change of economy of own country, own state, and as well as the global situation or global situation of the world. So friends, once we say as technology is being linked with education, education is a process of developing all the human attributes. Education is a process of mobilization of human resources. Friends, with the help of the process of education and with the help of taking part or using the technological means and mediums, we can transmit or transact the ideas, knowledge and information to the learners, to the students in proper manner so that they can become their original human attributes and they can take part in the process of production for the change of the economic pattern of own nation as well as the global situation. So technology has specific importance in the process of teaching as well as process of learning. Learning is totally a scientific process. With the help of learning, we see behavioral changes have taken place. For the sensing pattern of behavior, you see learning has spatial significance or importance. And learning is totally a scientific process. And without learning, students cannot develop their original attributes. And this is the basic concept, basic idea concerning to this chapter 1, Unit 1, Educational Technology. Now the question which has come to our mind is how technology has been influencing present day education. How education This is the how technology has been influencing present day education. We are to discuss this one. Means in which areas educational technology has been, educational technology has been influencing. We are to know that, because without knowing or without having proper perception, proper conception regarding the influence of educational technology and different parameters of education, we cannot understand the importance and significance of technology in the field of education. And that's why, for understanding the importance or significance of technology in the field of modern education, we have to see, we have to scrutinize, we have to shortlist the specific parameters. And that's why it is said, from designing the curriculum, curriculum has special significance. Without curriculum, no formal education system can run, and that's why the process of curriculum designing also a specific, is also a specific activity. And for designing the curriculum, there is the need of world perspective, knowledge of world, perspective. The changing scenario of knowledge is to be well understood by the designers of the curriculum. So friends, in curriculum designing, technology has special importance, special influence. In curriculum planning also, technology has special importance, and this is one of the important parameters of education. Then curriculum construction is one of the important segment of the total process of formal education, where there is importance or where there is very important influence of educational technology. Then in the field of conduction of examination, friends, there is the significant roles of technology in today's field of education. We can conduct examination with the help of, with the help of the use of the technological means and mediums. Friends, you have come to know that all the students are now, they are isolating from their normal educational exercises and normal educational environment because of distancing. As a result of the, vicious attack of the smallest virus, that is COVID-19, all the universities of the globe, all the colleges and all educational institutions are declared closed. And we are, keeping ourselves in isolation so as to help our life exist in this critical moment of human civilization. And that's why the universities and colleges throughout the world are have been getting bound to keep contact with the students, with the stakeholders through the technological medium. Most of the universities are now planning to conduct the internal examination or internal examinations with the help of the technological means and mediums. So friends, in the process of managing examination, which has special significance in the process of formal education, technology has special bearing. Thenceforth, in the process of evaluation, also educational technology has special bearing or special influence. With the help of, the computer, most of the managing units of the educational procedures, as for example, all the agencies are, suppose the Department of Examination Management, means the controlling department of the universities as well as the colleges, and others, as for example, Higher Secondary Education Council, Board of Secondary Education, as well as Central Board of Secondary Education, State Board of Secondary Education, all the universities, all the colleges, they do have planning or they do have plan for the evaluation of the performance of the students, particularly in their internal examinations and activities with the help of the technological means and mediums. Marking procedures, in the process of marking also there is the specific role of educational technology. We can go to the language lab, and there also we can take internal examination. Students can take part in computer, and with the help of the functions of the computer, students can write their answers of those questions which are being supplied by them, and within a fraction of second or minute they can get the result with the help of the checking of the computer. So friends, things are getting so much easy today because of the advancement of technology, and technology is a part of science, and science is specifically science is the systematic knowledge of the laws of the universe, and technology is the other parameter with the help of which all the scientific knowledge is applied for the benefit of human life as well as for the benefit of human society, friends. So without technology, we never can move one step more. As well, in the field of education too, no teacher can transact or keep contact with their students as well as the stakeholders without the help of technology. With the help of the mobile phone, WhatsApp, or Facebook or YouTube classes, we can keep contact with the students so that they can get the chance of learning. Even staying at their home from their own residence, they can get all the information which are being transmitted to them from distant places. So technology these are the specific areas or these are the specific parameters or segments where technology do have, particularly educational technology, has spatial influence or bearing. And friends, next time we are to see how technology has phases of senses and development in the field of knowledge. Friends, knowledge, which is the product of human individuality, knowledge is the product of human society. And it is said that knowledge is power. And without knowledge, we never can move our life in this complex social order, in this complex globalized social orders. And that's why there are different phases of senses of knowledge in human society. If we go back to the ancient part, we will see the status, and if you come to today's part, or if you come to the present level, then also you will see how knowledge is developing, or how the flow of knowledge is going on or the process of development of knowledge is rapidly proceeding. And if you remember about the important saying of the Knowledge Commission, particularly National Knowledge Commission, you will see that the validity of existing knowledge has also been reducing, or the lifespan of discovered knowledge, invented knowledge, because of the rapid changes in the field of science, it is also getting less. And that's why knowledge has importance, and we are to study knowledge, the knowledge phases or the phases of changes and development in the field of knowledge, for understanding, for having the idea of technology and knowing about the influence of technology in the field of education. And once we study these, then we see that in the first phase there was the beginning of social life of man. Friends, social life of man started when, or for understanding, for having the idea of social life of man, we must have to go back to human society. And once we see when social life of man began, then we must have to go back to the origin of human society. There is a long history of human society and social life of man. Has not or didn't start. Social life of man do not, take place in a day. It has taken thousands of years. So for knowing about the present situation of knowledge, we have to know the history of society or history of man's society, social life. Then we see this means after the beginning of social life, written materials in the form of printing that came to our life. And thenceforth, written material in the form of printing. For knowing this, we must have to go back to China again. And if we study the history, then we will see that the first paper making process was documented in China during the Eastern Han period from 25 to 220 CE. And it was traditionally attributed to the court official by Cai Lun, Cailun. You are to know the history of Cai Lun, because it was Cai Lun who introduced paper there in China, going back many hundred years. And by searching the computer, you can know about Cailun, Cai Lun. And by knowing about Cai Lun, you can know about the history of, the beginning of paper. And thenceforth, written materials came up just after the papers. And for that, printing is important. Printing has special significance. And for knowing about the history of printing, we must know about Johannes Gutenberg. You are to see the history of Johannes Gutenberg, Johannes Gutenberg, Johannes Gutenberg you are to know, because it was Johannes Gutenberg who is usually cited as the inventor of the printing press. Indeed, the German goldsmith in 15th century. So printing materials, following the history, we must have to go back to Johannes Gutenberg, and he is a German goldsmith who started printing just after the invention of paper in China by Kai Lung, you see, in 15th century. And henceforth, after paper, we got so many things. Man's ideas or human ideas were being documented in proper manner by the writers, by the researchers and educationists, and henceforth new phase come, printing and storing of human knowledge in the form of books. Books came just after paper by Kai Lung. We got Johannesburg, the German goldsmith of 15th century, and henceforth human ideas. This process of documentation of human ideas in the form of books started in human society. So this is the another phase of development of human knowledge as well as development of technology and the influence of technology in human life. And henceforth phases, this is electronics came. This is one of the important area we see about which we have to know, because without electronics nothing can take place. And electronics came, and after electronics many senses came to human society, friends. And for understanding electronics, radio came, television came, tape recorder came to us, then we got computer, and today it is, we say very easily, we speak that we express our assertion that this is the age of computer. And friends, how computer came? It is phase by phase came to human society and civilization. And we have to know about electronics. And for knowing about electronics, we have to go to the field of science, go back to the field of science again. Friends, you know about electricity, and for understanding electricity or having the concept of electricity, you can see the meaning of the term in your dictionary, either in either in book form dictionary or in mobile dictionary also, internet dictionary also. You can search for having the concept of electricity. Very briefly, very shortly, electricity is the energy of charge, elementary particles simplified as electric current for lighting, heating, driving machines, etc. So friends, to be brief one, to define electricity, we must have to say, or we are to say this way, that this is the energy of charged elementary particles supplied as electric current for lighting, heating, driving machines, etc. So just after the discovery or invention of electricity, many senses took place in human society, and this was one of the important, phases of development of human knowledge, transformation of human society. And friends, if we are to know about the origin, then we must have to go back to this famous scientist of the United States of America. We must have to take the name of Benjamin Franklin, because it was Benjamin Franklin, Benjamin Franklin. You can see, search, you see in internet about Benjamin Franklin. And Benjamin Franklin was born in, on 6 January 1705, and he died in 17th April 1790. And in the mid of 1700, this is 2000, we have to go back 2020, we have to go back to 1700, and during 17,000, we have to go back to 1700, and during that time Benjamin Franklin invented electricity, and with the help of the invention of electricity, many senses came to human society. And friends, you will be surprised to know that Benjamin Franklin was simply not a scientist. He was a leading writer of that time. He was a printer. He was a political philosopher of the United States of America. He was a politician, as well as he was a great inventor, one of the greatest inventors, and thenceforth he was a statesman, one of the statesmen. He was one of very, courageous and very intelligent diplomat, and his name is being linked with the, linked with the process of foundation of foundation of the United States of America, and he is one of the founding fathers of the United States. So friends, we must have to know about electronics. Thenceforth, radio is very much important, and without having the idea of radio, we never can know how modern senses have taken place. And for knowing about radio, we must have to know the name of Guglielmo Marconi. Means we have to know the name of Marconi, who this invented, you see, radio. So Guglielmo, Guglielmo Marconi. It was Guglielmo Marconi who invented radio during 1890, means in the middle part of 18th century. So hence 18th century help us to get many new things, and radio came with the help of, you see, Marconi. And just after coming, means radio, when radio came to our society, we got so many new things, and this was one of the important beginning. And thenceforth we had to come back to television. You see, beginning of television just after the invention of electronics or electricity, radio came, and thenceforth television came. And for knowing about television, we must have to go back to 1920, and it is John Logie Baird, means John Logie Baird, whose name is being linked. He was a Scottish inventor, and his name is being linked with the invention of television. And after the coming of television in 1920, many senses, you see, took place in human society in the parameters of human knowledge and the process of transaction of human knowledge. And thenceforth we have to come back to tape recorder, friends. And for knowing about the history of tape recorder, we must have to go back 1886, and the name which is being linked with the invention, with the process of invention of the tape recorder is Alexander Graham Bell. You know about Graham Bell. He was a great scientist, and Graham Bell's name is being linked with the invention of tape recorder. And after tape recorder, when tape recorder came to human society, many senses, you see, many senses started to take place in the process of dissemination of information and ideas as well as knowledge. And that's why this is one of the important phase, friends. And thenceforth it is surprisingly the computer came to human society, and just after the coming of computer, many senses have taken place in human society. And computer is, if you study, then you will get the long history of computer. And knowing about the history of computer, you will come to know about the history of transformation of dissemination, transformation of the process of transaction or dissemination of knowledge and information from one angle to the other. So this is one of the miracle of science. And computer, especially, it is a computing machine with the help of which we can, you see, easily do the calculation, mathematical calculation. And nowadays, with the help of computer, everything you see, become possible in the field of human knowledge, particularly for keeping the record, even for DTP purpose, for doing everything else, for sending mail from one angle to other angle, or for keeping contact with the people of different parts of the globe. So friends, these are the particular phases of development of, you see, the technological advancement in human knowledge. And with the help of all these new things, you see, the process of dissemination of knowledge from one angle to the next angle becomes so much easy. And today's world has turned to be the world of computer and internet, WhatsApp, you see, YouTube, WhatsApp, thenceforth all other things, with the help of which, staying at home, we can keep contact with the students or contact each other very much easily. So friends, educational technology, for knowing about educational technology, we must have to know this is the social life of man. This started beginning of human civilization, beginning of human social life, and thenceforth we have to see how this is from one plus and primary relationship. Thenceforth, social life of man. What are the dimensions of social life of man? We have to see, and once we see that The social dimension of man is founded on nature. So without nature, we cannot, exist in this universe, because social life of man, the foundation of social life of man is there in nature. Man needs society in order to live life comfortably and safely. Why man needs society? Because man needs society in order to live life comfortably and safely. So friends, the other parameter for which we need society is against natural and other dangers. Man needs protection only in society. So without society, our life is not, protection of life is not so much stronger, and that's why for the protection of our life we need society. Then sport alone, man cannot arrive at the height of art, music, literature, history, philosophy and religion, etc., etc. All parameters do have importance, and that's why staying alone, man cannot contribute in this field, in all these important parameters of human life. Next one, but the overwhelming proof of man's natural tendency towards social life is his capacity of speech. This capacity of speech, we can speak, we can disseminate, we can transact our internal feelings with the help of, with the help of words. So friends, linguistic expression has specific importance, because with the help of semantic expression, there is internal contact between man to man, and the feelings are being disseminated, transacted, ideas are being disseminated, transacted, and this is one of the important things. Then sport, you are to see history of printing. We are to see this, you can see in your computer, how printing started, how printing helped human society progress, how printing helped to change human civilization. All these things you can search from internet. Then sport, pictures of printing machine. See, this is the old machine. This one is the new machine, and now sophisticated machine has come to human society, and thousands of copies within an hour we can get. So friends, with the help of the printing machine, the process of preservation of human knowledge has become so much easy, and the continuity of human history is well-being helped to continue with the help of printing machine and printing documents. Then pictures of storing devices, how we can store our knowledge, ideas. These are the storing devices, all these memory card reader. Then all these things are here. You can see zip drive, external optical devices, all these things. And you are to know about this, means the most important educationist of the United States of America, that is John Dewey, who also contributed much more for the transformation of social life of man and for the democratization of human relationship. Dewey played specific roles, and he expressed his ideas in this book. Means it was possible. This book is being shown to you because it is depicted, it is presented here, because how the ideas are being stored with the help of printing machine. This is the product of printing. This is a great book, the name of which is Democracy and Education. You know very much well. And this book is being written by one of the greatest American educationists, whose name is John Dewey. This is the origin book, and this book was published in 1916. And it was published by Macmillan Company. This is one of the internationally reputed company, and Macmillan published this book with the help of the printing press, with the help of paper, with the help of all other materials. And these are the materials which are the result of technology, and with the help of technology, by using technology or taking the help of technology, human society has been changing. This is the picture of electronics. How electronics has, link the whole universe, you can see, with the help of electronics, we can see. So these are the pictures of radio, this is the television, different generations of radio, you can see. These are some of these devices, computer, output device you have seen. This is the printing machine, this is the input device, mass storage device, and system unit. These units are working so much well for the, you see, preservation of human ideas and for the transaction of human ideas from one angle to the other one. This is also another computer. You can see the computer because in your examination too you are right about the computer in nice manner. So with the help of computer you can see or you can learn so many things, and this is one of the most important devices which is being given to us by the educational technology. So significance of this computer has also significance is much more, and this is also one of the most important, you see, gift of modern technology. And thenceforth, this is also other device where we are now taking the class. So this is, you have seen, projector machine, and this one is the screen, and with the help of the projector machine we can disseminate, we can, you see, very vividly for your understanding, so that you can see, at the same time you can listen to, and you can keep the records which are being you see given here, which are being transmitted to you with the help of all these devices. So friends, modern age, today's life is getting so much easier because of the advancement of science and technology, and we must have to know technology in nice manner, and educational technology is one of the most important subjects of education, with the help of which we can, you see, bring senses towards the whole process of education, the total system of education, with the help of technology or by using technology. So once we are to define educational technology, we must have to say that it's the use of technological means and mediums to the field of education, to the field of teaching, to the field of learning, to the field of evaluation, to the field of keeping all the records, to the field of using, transforming and transacting ideas from one angle to the other one. So friends, this much for today. On in our next class, we are to discuss about the concept of educational technology. At the same time, we are to discuss about how educational technology has, you see, brought tremendous sense to the field of modern education. This much for today. Though technologically we do have, the human society has achieved much more, still humanity has been failing to, you see, invent or find out the most important vaccine to fight against the COVID-19. So friends, the importance of social science has also getting much more higher now, because without the existence of human life, science doesn't have any value. Technology does not have any value. Technology is for the benefit of human life. Science is for the benefit of human society. Science is for the progress of human life. Science is for the progress of human civilization. So friends, there should be cooperation and there should be coordination between the scientific parameter of human knowledge, technological parameter of human knowledge, at the same time the social sciences, knowledge of social sciences. So in our next class we are to discuss all the other things. This class has become a little bit, you see, lengthy, because the things are so much lengthy and extensive, and that's why this much I have discussed today. In next class I will discuss the other things. Thank you so much.